Unit 5, Section 5, Notes. This is Factoring Polynomials, Part 2. Another short section. So, first one is factor sum of cubes. How I know it's a sum of cubes, I'm going to have something cubed and a plus sign. I don't know why that's so big. Stupid highlighter. Whatever. Alright, so if you have something cubed and then you have a plus, x cubed plus 27, that's a sum of cubes. But before we do that, let me give you the formula. So, formula for this is I have something cubed plus something cubed. Now, most of the time, the first one, the a cubed, you'll have an x there also. And the second one, most of the time, will be some number. And the number is a cube, which I can give you a list of those in a minute if you need them. Okay, so formula for this. First thing I'd want to do, though, is I'm going to take the cube root of a cubed to get a, and the cube root of b cubed to get b. Okay? So here's what I do. Once I take the cube root of those, my a goes first, because it's first, plus b goes second, because it's second. Now I ignore that first part, and I focus on a and b. Okay, now I have a second set of parentheses. Then I'm going to the first thing squared, so whatever a is, I square it, minus, then I multiply a times b. So I multiply the two numbers, whatever they are, plus, then I square the second thing. So it's almost, this is how I think of it. After you get a and b, I do a square times and a square. Okay? And notice, I always have the same three signs. I have plus, minus, plus. So if it's a sum of cubes, it starts with plus, a sum, then it goes minus, plus. And then I square, multiply, and square. Okay? That's how I think of it. So however you need to think of this to remember is fine. That's just what I do. And then you want a list of cubes. This might help. So let's go to, let's see, 1 cubed is 1. 2 cubed is 2, 4, 8. Right? 3 cubed is 3, 9, 27. 4 cubed, 4, 16, 64. 5 cubed, whoops, not squared. 5 cubed is 5, 25, 125. 6 cubed, 6, 36, 216. 7 cubed is 7, 49, 3, 43. 8 cubed is 8, 64, 5, 32. 9 cubed is 9, 81, 729. And then the easy one, 10 cubed is just 10, 100, and then 1,000. Alright, and oh, actually, no. 5, I'm sorry, 8 is 512. Wow. I don't know why I get, okay. 8 is 512. Okay, let's see. 1, 8, 20. Yeah, those are alright. Okay, so those are your cubes. I only go up to 10. I'm not going to go past that. That's too much. And you don't really need to memorize all of these if you don't want to. If you can, it'll make it easier. Hopefully you can at least get 1 through 5. The 6 through 9, a little harder to get, but you know, you can do it if you try. Not too bad. Okay, so those are the only cubes you're going to need for this. Alright, so on number 1, I'm going to go ahead and label because I like to label. I think it helps. If it doesn't, you don't need to. It's okay. So here's my a cubed. Here's my b cubed. So I'm going to do cube root of a. My first thing is x. So cube root of x cubed is just x. Then I have cube root of 27, which if you look on the list, which you can probably see and I cannot, cube root of 27, I go backwards from 27, you get 3. Okay, there's my a and b. So I'm going to go ahead and write my formula. So I have a plus b, and then a squared minus ab plus b squared. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and write my numbers. My first one is x. Second one is 3. Okay, so x goes first because it's first. 3 goes second because it's second. All right. And now I can ignore that first part, and I'm only going to focus on x and 3. So again, the way I remember this is I square the first one, I multiply both, and square the second one. So a squared, x squared is just x squared. Minus, so I multiply both, x times 3 is 3x, plus, and then I square the second one. 3 squared is 9. So again, I square, I multiply, and I square. And that is my answer. Because even if you wanted to, if I try to do 1 times 9, you get 9, right? And you can try and do this, which some of these will do, but what multiplies 9 and adds to negative 3? Absolutely nothing, because my only options are 3 and 3 or 9 and 1. There's no way any of those add or subtract to negative 3, so I can't do any of this, which is why I'm done with that. Now, if you can keep going, then sure, you need to do the next part. But if not, you just leave it, and that's it. So let's look at number 2. Number 2, notice I have an 8 and a 64. So what can I divide out? Let's do that first, because I do have a GCF. First one I did not, but here I do. I can divide both by 8. So again, my GCF goes out front. 8 divided by 8 is 1x cubed. 64 divided by 8 is just 8. Now I have a cubed and b cubed. So I do cube root of x cubed is just x. Cube root of 8. Again, I find 8 on my notes that I wrote below. Go backwards from 8, you get 2. There's my a and b. So let's write the formula real quick again. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I just know it helps a lot of people, so I do it for them. But do whatever you need to do for you. Alright, so I have, so a is my first one, that goes first, so x, plus b is my second one, that's 2. Okay, then look, I don't need all that. I just need x and 2, because I square, I multiply them, and then I square. So square the first one, multiply both, square the second one. Again, however you want to think of it is up to you. That's just how I think of it. So if I square the first one, x squared is just x squared, minus x times 2 is 2x, plus, and then 2 squared is 4. Now, real quick, I can try. First times last is 4. I would have x and x, and if my only options here would be 2 and 2 or 4 and 1, and there's no way I can add or subtract those to equal negative 2. So I don't need any of this, and my answer is sitting right in front of me. And that's it. And a lot of times that's what you'll end up with. You won't be able to do the second part, but sometimes you can. So I would check it real quick. If you can't, just whatever, you're done, move on. And that's all you're doing. Okay, the next part is difference of cubes. Notice my only difference here, get it? Anyways, I have a cube and I have a minus sign. Instead of a cube and a plus, it's a cube and a minus. That's it. That's all. So let's get the formula for here. So I'm going to have something cubed minus something cubed. So again, I'm going to do cube root of a cubed to get a. I'll do the cube root of b cubed to get b. Okay, here's the small difference. I'm still going to do a first. I'm still going to do b second because I have to. Here's the big difference. Because I have a minus sign to start, I'm going to start with the minus sign. Whereas before I started with a plus sign, now I start with a minus sign. That's it. Okay, then I ignore all of that like I did before, and I do the exact same thing. I square, and then I add, I multiply, and then I add, and then I square. So I square, I multiply, and I square. Again, biggest difference, I do minus plus plus instead of plus minus plus. If you notice on both, I only have one negative in the whole thing. You can only have one negative in the whole thing, and you have to have at least one. But you're only going to have one. Okay? It can't be all plus, it can't be all minus. You can't have two negatives. There's only one negative, and it's either first if I start with a negative, or it's in the middle if I don't. So minus plus plus, and then I square, multiply, and square. That's it. Same formula, just the signs switch. So let's do the same thing. I already know if this is a cubed and this is b cubed because I did this a minute ago. Cube root is x, and then cube root of this one, I don't know what I'm doing there. 27 is 3. So if you want, you can formula a minus b, because I have a minus right here. Then I square, I multiply, and I square. And I go minus plus plus. That's the only difference. Alright, so first one is x. Second one is 3. Now I can ignore that first part and just focus on x and 3. So the first one squared is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. And 3 squared is 9. Again, I already know I can't factor this because we did it a minute ago. So I get this far, but I have 9 and 1, 3 and 3. Neither one can add or subtract to 3, so I don't need that. This is my answer, and that's it. Okay, almost the exact same thing. The biggest difference is the sign of where the signs are, the plus and minus. That's it. Okay, this is the same thing right here. I have a GCF of 8. GCF goes out front. That gives me x squared minus 8. So then my a is x. Oh wow, not squared, cubed. What am I thinking? Did I do that up here? Nope, okay. I'm just an idiot on this one. Alright, so I have x and then I have 2. That's my a and b. So, how about this? I won't write the equation or the formula on this one. Let's just do the answer. Because once you do a few of these, it gets really simple, I promise. So I have my first one is x. Wow, I don't have an exponent. X minus 2. That's my a and b. And then I have first one squared. I multiply x and 2. And then second one squared. Again, I can't factor that second, this part doesn't work out right, so I don't need that. So this is actually my answer right there. And I'm done. And that's it for today. I would definitely practice a few of these just to kind of get the hang of it, but they're not too bad.